Hello, welcome to this week's, edition of MMA News. As you all know, this week is rather stale when it comes to MMA news. Because the only card is the, Bellator 6 fighting card, which features the featherweight semifinals and a couple of other matches. So, you have to give it to Bellator. They, have really made in-between fight periods a lot less stale than it would be. And, evidently they're taking, a series approach, and, they're renewed for another season, so we can expect them. Last week's Bellator card featured the lightweight semifinals, which resulted in Eddie Alvarez and another lightweight fighter to become the first Bellator tournament finalist. So and also related to Eddie Alvarez, he is currently listed as the number 2 fighter in the world at lightweight, BJ Penn having dropped down to number 3, and Shinya Aoki of Dream is currently at number 2. So after Aoki's match with Joachim Hansen in at the next Dream event, we can expect to see them. We can expect to see an actual top WAMA heavyweight lightweight title. So there's that. Also, the Sengoku 8 card, I made an error last time when I said that it was Sengoku 7. It's actually Sengoku 8. There was, it was the continued light featherweight Grand Prix. There was also a number of other matches, which included Travis Wyeth losing again. So, I think he's pretty much been going downhill since winning the Yama pit fighting tournament. And Sengoku hasn't announced a card yet, so for the next one. So that basically rounds up this week, except for some other things, such as the whole Liddell retirement issue. Just a second. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, the whole Liddell retirement issue has been coming up a lot recently. His trainer and Dana White have been on two separate issues. Dana White's been saying, he's going to retire, he's going to retire. His trainer's been saying, no, he's got some more fighting in him. Liddell hasn't said anything, and it's been 3 weeks since the card. He still hasn't said anything. And I don't really think he's in a very big rush. So, yeah, there's that. And, so recently we've been getting various calls about Roy Jones Jr. We've been getting various articles about Roy Jones Jr. considering going into MMA. He tried going to the UFC, but Dana White said, no, that's not going to happen. When he was saying, I want to fight Anderson Silva, ain't going to happen. Strikeforce, it's iffy because the Showtime officials are saying, we really don't want that to happen because they already have boxing, and they don't want to try combining boxing and MMA. Well, on the other hand, you have Scott Coker saying, if we get into doing it with NBC, that's a possibility. So it's kind of there. So, yeah, you have that. Also, there's, there's also the deal with Kevin Randleman, having signed recently with Mishmarsh with Strikeforce. He's now going to be making his MMA debut or his Strikeforce debut with the June 6th Strikeforce card, Lawler versus Shields. So we got that going on. Next week, I can't remember if next week is Dream or if it's can't remember if it's Dream or if it's going to be or if it's going to be Strikeforce's Show MMA series. But either way, we're gonna be seeing some action. Yeah, I dragged this out as long as I possibly could. I can't really think of anything more to do. So that's it for now. I'll talk later. Thanks for watching.